Welcome to our introduction of right ascension and declination. We're going to show you how to look it up on the page, and first we need to show you where it is and what the units are, how we use it. So, if you look on your page, on your star chart page, down at the bottom, you'll see that it says right ascension. And over here on the left, you'll see that it says declination. So there's our right ascension and declination. So, if we look across this bottom, you can see the numbers that we have. We have 0, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way over to 12. Now if we go to the next page, you'll see that it starts at 12, where our last page left off on 12. Starts on 12, goes 13, 14, all the way over to 24. You should notice that that 24 should ring a bell with you, especially when you look at each of these numbers. They have a little H by them. Let's see if we can show you that, or at least get close enough to be able to read it. Let's go down here. And so you can see that this is a 12H, an 11H, a 10H, 9, 8. Each of those are an H. So what does that H stand for? That H is hours. So this is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, all the way across both pages to 24 hours. So it lets us know that each one of these is really how much this guy rotates in an hour. That's what it's telling us, okay, from our 0. Now our declination is measured in different. Our right ascension is measured in hours, but our declination, if you look, it starts at 0 here on the celestial equator, and then it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, on up, north of the celestial equator. South, you can see, goes negative 10, negative 20, negative 30, up on this page to negative 60. So if we're north of the celestial equator, we're at positive degrees, and that's what the little symbol next to it is. If we zoom in, it's probably too fuzzy to see, but you can kind of see it's a degree symbol next to those. So our declination is in degrees, either positive, which is north of the celestial equator, or negative, which is south of the celestial equator. Now, what if we don't want a full hour or a full degree? Well, that we're kind of lucky because they use the same method. Now in our hour, you can see we've got these little lines to break it up. But what are those? So, well, how do we break up an hour? Well, we break up an hour into 60 minutes. So from hour 2 to hour 3, there's a total of 60 minutes. So we can break up these hours into minutes, and if we need to break up the minutes, if we need to break up 1 minute, well, just like our time, we break up that minute into 60 seconds. So we could give a star, like this one right here, we could give a star a certain number of hours, minutes, and seconds to find it. Okay, so that's how we break it up. Well, degrees works actually the same way. So here's our 20 to 30 degrees. If we had 21 degrees and we wanted to break it up and say 21 degrees, and what would we break a degree into? Well, it's the same as time. We break it into minutes. And then if we wanted to break those minutes up, we'd break them into seconds. So in both cases, right ascension and declination, we break up an hour or a degree into 60 minutes. And then we can break one of those minutes into 60 seconds. So in right ascension, we measure in hours, minutes, and seconds. In declination, we measure in positive or negative degrees, and then minutes and seconds. So that's how we take our measurement. Now, we've gone through the squares. Those are kind of easy because they're like a graph. Well, what if we talk about the polar coordinates, or the polar piece of this? Remember our circle graph? Well, if you look around the outside, let's go over here. If we start here, here's 0. There's 1, 2, all the way over to 6, and then 12, and then 18 over here. 23, which brings us back to 24. So really, what's along the bottom here, our right ascension here on our circle, is around the outside of the circle, and it's marked again. So it's marked again just like the bottom of our square charts. So this outside gives us the right ascension of our stars. Now, if you look across this axis or this axis, you can see that those are in degrees again. So there's 40, there's 50. Oh, sorry, I did that wrong, didn't I? oh yeah, there's 40, there's 50, there's 60, there's 70, there's 80, and there's 90. So we can do that. So really what it is, it's like each one of these circles. So this circle right here, any star on that circle, we can look right here, and that would be 70 degrees. Okay? And then again, we could break them up just the same. It's just organized different. Instead of being a square like this page, it's organized on a circle with the right ascension around the outside. That's what this line would all be the 15 or the 1 hour line, the 2 hour line, and then degrees go inside the circle. So this circle is the 50 degree circle. That's the 70 degree circle. And we could, although you wouldn't be able to see the stars, put all kinds of circles in there. So that's just an introduction on where to find on your star charts the right ascension and declination. Now we can see if we can learn how to read it.